the story behind the success of Rolex brand. Hans Eberhard Wilhelm Wilsdorf was born in 1881 in Bavaria as the second son to Anna and Ferdinand Wilsdorf. However, by the age of 12, Hans Wilsdorf was an orphan and he was sent to boarding school, where he received a solid education. His interest in language turned out to be pivotal, and his ability to speak French and English, along with his native German, paved the way for Hans Wilsdorf to work abroad. In 1900, Hans Wilsdorf began working for Kuno Korten in La Chaux-de-Fonds, Switzerland. Kuno Korten exported Swiss pocket watches, and Hans Wilsdorf was responsible for corresponding in 3 languages. This early experience with international watch sales would prove to be crucial in Hans Wilsdorf's career. During his time in Switzerland, Hans Wilsdorf became aware of watch movement maker Eglier in the nearby Swiss town of Bienne. Eglier was manufacturing small watches, unfinished base movements, with lever escapements ideal for wristwatches, which, despite the current disdain for them among men, Hans Wilsdorf saw as the future of watches. In 1903, Hans Wilsdorf moved to London, England, to work for yet another watch company. He then joined forces with his brother-in-law, Alfred James Davis, and the 2 men established the Wilsdorf and Davis Company in 1905. Their company specialized in exporting watches, both pocket and wrist, throughout the British Empire. However, as Hans Wilsdorf tells it in The Story of Rolex published in 1948, in those days, a wristwatch was considered a joke. The few who wore them were laughed at. He further added, people said a watch with such a tiny, delicate mechanism could never withstand the violent gestures of hand and arm. And, of course, it was too small to be accurate. Hans Wilsdorf ignored the criticisms. He was sure that the wristwatch had a brilliant future before it and pushed on with his vision of wristwatches overtaking pocket watches as the go-to personal time teller. He placed the largest order for wristwatches ever booked at that time with Eglier in Bienne. Despite his lack of formal education in watchmaking, Wilsdorf was a quick learner and displayed an innate understanding of the technical and aesthetic aspects of the craft. He was particularly interested in the potential of wristwatches, which at the time were not widely accepted due to their perceived lack of accuracy compared to pocket watches. Wilsdorf envisioned a wristwatch that was not only accurate and reliable but also elegant and suitable for any occasion. His determination to overcome the technical challenges associated with early wristwatches led him to seek innovative solutions, such as the use of smaller, more precise movements that could fit into a wristwatch format without sacrificing performance. Wilsdorf's early experiences and insights into the watchmaking industry provided a solid foundation for his future endeavors, setting the stage for the establishment of Rolex. The founding of Rolex. By the time Wilsdorf founded Rolex in 1905, he had already developed a clear vision for the brand, to create watches that were not just timekeeping devices but symbols of precision, reliability, and elegance. His approach to overcoming the early skepticism toward wristwatches involved relentless innovation, rigorous quality control, and a keen sense of the evolving needs and preferences of his customers. The Oyster Watch of 1926, the world's first waterproof wristwatch, photo, Rolex. The Oyster Watch of 1926, the world's first waterproof wristwatch, photo, Rolex. In 1905, together with Alfred Davis, he founded Wilsdorf and Davis in London, with the goal of creating high-quality timepieces at affordable prices. It wasn't until 1908 that the company was renamed Rolex, in his quest for a short, memorable name that could be easily pronounced in any language. Rolex President Day-Date Yellow Gold Vintage Men's Watch 1803. Rolex President Day-Date Yellow Gold Vintage Men's Watch 1803. This visionary move spurred by his belief in the untapped potential of the wristwatch. At a time when pocket watches dominated, Wilsdorf foresaw the practicality and appeal of wristwatches, especially for activities where hands-free timekeeping was essential. His vision was clear: to create watches that were reliable, accurate, and elegant. Wilsdorf's introduction of the Rolex brand marked a significant milestone in the watchmaking industry. He focused on innovation and quality, aiming to overcome the common shortcomings of wristwatches at the time. His efforts led to Rolex quickly becoming synonymous with precision and durability, setting new standards for the industry. Innovations and achievements. Hans Wilsdorf's contributions to watchmaking technology were groundbreaking. Under his leadership, Rolex achieved numerous notable milestones. Rolex watches are powered by the perpetual self-winding movement. Rolex watches are powered by the perpetual self-winding movement. The perpetual movement. In 1931, Rolex introduced the world's first self-winding mechanism with a perpetual rotor. This innovation made manual winding unnecessary, significantly enhancing the convenience and accuracy of wristwatches. The Oyster case. In 1926, Wilsdorf developed the first waterproof wristwatch case, dubbed the Oyster. This was a monumental achievement that protected the watch's movement from water and dust, greatly improving its durability and reliability. The Rolex Datejust Turnograph. The Turnograph is the first watch series to feature the rotating bezel. The Rolex Datejust Turnograph. The Turnograph is the first watch series to feature the rotating bezel. The Datejust, launched in 1945, the Datejust was the first wristwatch to feature an automatically changing date on the dial. This feature added a new level of functionality to wristwatches, showcasing Rolex's commitment to innovation. The Day Date, introduced in 1956, the Day Date went a step further by displaying the day of the week spelled out in full. This was yet another testament to Rolex's innovative spirit and technical prowess. Rolex Caliber 3285 Movement. Rolex Caliber 3285 Movement with Chronergy Escapement, Photo, Rolex. Glide Lock Clasp. The introduction of the Glide Lock Clasp represents Rolex's commitment to comfort and functionality. Patented by Rolex, the Glide Lock Clasp allows for fine adjustments of the bracelet length without the need for tools. This innovation is particularly useful in diving watches, like the Submariner and Sea Dweller models, where a perfect fit over diving suits is crucial. The clasp allows for adjustments in 2 mm increments, up to a total of 20 mm, ensuring the watch remains secure and comfortable on the wrist in various conditions. Chronergy Escapement. In a more technical advance, Rolex unveiled the Chronergy Escapement within its 32XX series of movements. This innovation marks a significant upgrade from the traditional Swiss lever escapement by optimizing its geometry and efficiency. The escapement's design features a skeletonized escape wheel and a re-engineered pallet fork, which together enhance the energy transmission by 15%. Moreover, the Chronergy escapement is made from nickel phosphorus, making it virtually impervious to magnetic forces. This advancement contributes to the overall reliability and precision of Rolex watches. Modern Rolex sports watches with blue bezels and dials. Modern Rolex sports watches with blue bezels and dials. Many of today's most recognizable timepieces are from Rolex, from the Submariner and GMT Master to the Skydweller.